Hey there. Morning, everyone. How are you? So, just real quick, I wanted to record a video kind of talking about the evolution of buy and hold real estate investors. It's fun to write a book, sort of talking about the end journey. It's fun to create a course that kind of helps people start. But I thought I owed you kind of a picture of what I think the four stages are. So I thought I'd just create this and put it out there and see what you all think. Let me know if you like these four stages, if you think I'm missing them, being too simplistic, whatever. So kind of stage zero, starts with a decision, right? It really is a decision, execution, commitment to start learning, right? I don't think you jump into real estate investing and suddenly you're a master. I think it takes work. I think it's most risky when you're starting. I think it's important to understand who you're following, and because there are lots of snake oil salespeople out there, and people out there just not honest, right? That are out for themselves and not really trying to give back. Plus, I do think you have to take a lot of ownership, right? I think you need to do your homework. I think you need to build your team. I think even if you're a busy full-time employee like I was, you need to take some ownership of this. And really stage zero is what I focused on creating the course for. It's okay, if you've decided to do this, how do you do it? Okay? And we're not going to go into the course in any of that, but it's just that's who I focused on, sort of step zero. Stage one is when it gets interesting, right? This is when you bought your first, right? You actually own one, right? You put out 5, 6, 8 offers and you finally got one. Congratulations, you're a landlord, right? Now what? Well, in my opinion, I think it's important to take a breath and really find out if being a landlord is for you, right? I think it's a mistake to run out and buy 5 or 6 properties in 6 weeks. I think that's, A, it's deploying too much capital. B, it's kind of foolish. I think you need to spend some time and make sure this business is for you, because it's a people business, as I've said lots of times, and sometimes that's not for everyone, right? So when you make your first one, congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back, go have a nice dinner or pop some champagne or whatever you want. Remember the moment, because that's cool. But realize, wait 60 days. Get a couple of rent checks. Make sure it is what you thought it was. However, also keep learning, right? Keep researching, keep looking. Don't just buy a property, wait 60 days, and then start doing it again. As I talk about in the course, keep looking, keep researching. Try to make the second deal better than the first deal. Keep at it, but don't necessarily buy the second one, right? I think stage one completes when you own 4. Right? If you own 4 single-family homes, I think you're in the business. You're going to know whether you want to go to step 2 or you're done. Right? As I've talked about, I think 4 rental properties changes your financial life and your family's financial life in the future. So if you only get to 4, there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally okay. But if you get to 4 and you decide you want to go bigger, that's where stage 2 comes in. Stage 2 for me is when you start to manage the portfolio, right? You start to let the real estate cycle help you understand where to go. Maybe that's a 1031 exchange. Maybe that's cash out refis. Maybe that's putting a second, whatever it is. But it's managing the portfolio for growth, right? It's taking equity out of one and putting it into another. It's doing all of those activities, right? And this is where you start to grow your portfolio, and you start to get to a point where financial freedom is a real possibility. 4 rentals probably doesn't retire most folks, but if you continue building in stage 2, you can then go ahead and get to a point, whether it's 10 or 15 or whatever that number is for you, and you can truly talk about financial freedom. That's where you get to the point where stage 2 is for you. And then the final stage, once you get and you've built a portfolio and you have dozens of tenants and you've owned them for a decade, then it becomes rebalancing the portfolio. Maybe you're going to go in and you're going to cut off one of the poor performing ones, and maybe you're going to take that assets and pay off debt. Hi, Erica. Yes, early bird. I've been up since 5:30. I'm a morning person, but I'm in bed by 10. So, yes, I'm an early bird. But where you get to in the final stage of your real estate career is you're putting together the pieces of your portfolio into what you're going to live with for the rest of your life, which usually means you're going to, you know, peel off some. What it meant for us is we laddered up loan to value on a couple of multifamilies and paid off houses. We basically wanted to create our portfolio that it could survive anything, whether that's a 50% haircut in the market or double-digit interest rates or all of that stuff. That's what we wanted to do. So in the end, I think the evolution of a real estate investor starts at stage 0, where you are just making the decision, you're putting in the work, you're learning, right? If you're following me, you buy the course because that $99 is going to be your fast path to moving forward. It's going to be on the right path. You're going to do your homework, build a team, understand the numbers. Then you get into stage 1, where you bought your first one, you get to 4. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get to stage 2. You're going to make that decision that 4 is not enough. You want more. You're going to get to that magic number of financial independence, 10, 12, 15, whatever it is for you. And ultimately, after a decade, you're going to start to rebalance the portfolio. And you're going to start to go, okay, how do I want to set this up for the rest of my life? So that's the evolution, I think. And that's what I think it is for most people. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you think I'm missing anything. Erica, thank you very much for all the thumbs ups and hearts and likes. I really appreciate that. I actually have no idea how to do that, so maybe you'll show me someday. And at the end, have a great day, everybody. Looks like it's going to be a nice one. Thanks.